Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Matt here, back again with the secondhand visvim shop. Today we'll just be doing another lookbook review. I wanted to start with the first lookbook visvim ever produced and go through them in chronological order, and that way we can see how the brand evolved over time, which I think would be really interesting to see. So let's get into it. So I'm just going to be going through key standout pieces that I personally like, and I did a little bit of research beforehand, and I got a bunch of product shots of the items that I'm going to be talking about. So for the first outfit, the first item that caught my eye was the visvim PFD jacket, and you can see a better views of it. It's inspired by the military M65 jacket, which it inspires visvim on a lot of their jackets. They love to take inspirations from military workwear. So it features the typical four-pocket design that you see on the M65. It's got a stowaway hood, which is really nice. Custom brass buttons that are visvim branded. You can't see it, but it's got adjustable cinches at the waist and hem, so you can alter how the silhouette fits on your body. It's lined with 2.5 liter Gore-Tex with taped seams, which makes the jacket virtually waterproof. So if you live in like a climate that rains a lot, that this jacket is really nice to have. On the inside, it actually has buttons to attach a liner jacket as well for colder climates. So the next item that caught my eye was the visvim Social Sculpture 101 jacket in a one wash. You can see it here. visvim Social Sculpture is their line of denim, and they're known for making denim from the yarn up. So they start with the yarn and they put it on the loom and they make the denim all themselves. They also do rope dyeing on their denim, which means that they dye the outside of the yarn and leave the inner core white. It actually just allows for better fading capabilities. So with this jacket, you can see it's a Type 2 silhouette with 2 front pockets in this design. It features Japanese salvage denim that they made off of vintage looms, which is really nice. It's got custom visvim branded hardware and buttons. You can see it's got an indigo dyed buckskin patch, which they feature on most of their Social Sculpture items, and it actually has this one wash effect. So they take the raw denim and wash it once, and it leaves this like really deep, rich blue color, which is really nice. So next we'll be looking at the bag. It's the visvim Homer tote bag. It came in 3 colors. It's really nice because this canvas is actually custom woven just for visvim. You can see it's got the custom leather patch that denotes the season, and vegetable dyed handles and piping. And I really like the detail that they put on the handles and the hand stitching. Next, we'll be looking at the shoes. It's a mature option that visvim started to make compared to their previous releases. It's the visvim Patrician Folk. And you can see it's like this derby wingtip broguing style shoe, more of like a formal shoe. It features a Vibram outsole, a Goodyear welt like they do on most of their boots, visvim branded TPU heel support, which again is on most of visvim footwear. It's got this really nice hand painted distressed leather uppers, which I really like. Yeah, this shoe's awesome. So the next, this is I think one of my favorite outfits from the lookbook. So starting on the inside, he's got just a regular white t-shirt and a one wash Lamo shirt in a Luxic material. To explain Luxic, it's so if you guys ever heard of Sea Island cotton, it's a very rare long staple cotton that can only be grown in the West Indies. It is actually known as the highest quality cotton in the world. So Luxic is an American Sea Island cotton that was cultivated after extensive research and breeding conducted at the New Mexico University. and it actually has 100% of the DNA of Sea Island cotton, but it's just they were able to make it in America instead of the West Indies. So you can see that it has red piping details throughout and custom damaged aluminum buttons. It's got a front tie closure, as you can see right there. Yeah, I really like these shirts. I have yet to own one, but I've been on the lookout for a while. Over that, he sports, in my opinion, one of visvim's rarest items. It's the ICT Naragi Kofu. I'm not sure that he didn't list it in the options. I don't know why. I know they released it in 2017 at a New York City pop-up. So I don't know if they just never released it all the way back in 2012 and just were sitting on it. But it's a cotton linen blend Naragi. Naragi is a lot like the Lamo shirt, but it doesn't have the front tie closure and it's got cropped sleeves. And it features, as you can see, like this vintage Kofu indigo fabric patchwork. And it makes every piece unique because they use these different scraps of indigo Kofu. And that's what makes it super rare, is because no piece is alike. He sports it with slim chinos and these Vanguard boots. You can see the boots here. So as you can see, visvim lug sole, distressed leather uppers. I'm not sure what leather. I couldn't find information on that. You can see it's got leather rope style lacing, and again, Goodyear welt. It's a really cool hiking style boot. It's actually got custom visvim rivets as well, which is really nice. So for the next look, the thing that stuck out to me the most was the Novalis Blausen. You can see it here. It's actually made in Italy out of Italian calf leather. And it has, like, again, like a sports jacket, formal kind of look. And you can see that these conchos on here are original Native American conchos that were sourced by Hiroki Nakamura himself, which is really cool. It shows that he really cares about this clothing and really cares to put in like vintage effects into his clothing, and it keeps his clothing like super authentic. And under it, he actually has a Lamo shirt in the one wash. We saw it earlier in the blue, in this blue, and it's just in this Luxic brown material, which is really, really nice. You can see the front tie closure in the silhouette. This outfit, the only thing that really stuck out to me was the jacket and the shoes. The jacket I couldn't really find that much information on, but it looks like a Gore-Tex pullover, like windbreaker style jacket with a front pocket. The shoes are Flint Highs, and I have them here. It's kind of visvim's inspiration. They took inspiration from a checker boot, but they put a sneaker sole on it. It's got veggie dyed uppers in suede, hand stitched Sashiko details throughout, which is really nice. Again, the hand painted leather tab that features on most of their footwear. Vulcanized outsole, cork footbed, which is on most of their footwear, and it helps with comfort and molds to your feet over time. These shoes are like really, really nice. I like how they styled it as well. Moving on. So a couple things stuck out to me with this outfit. First of all, the varsity jacket in Italian calf leather. I couldn't find really any research on this, but it looks like it's Italian calf leather. I know that it's made in Italy because of the IT right there. But a typical bomber style jacket with suede lining and outside. It's really, really nice. And again, it's got the Lamo shirt and one wash that we saw earlier. His jeans are actually Social Sculpture non-wash jeans, which they take a raw pair of jeans and then they make a fading effect chemically without washing the jeans. So that's why it's called non-wash. And I really like that effect that it leaves on it. I've been looking for a pair for a couple years now, but I've yet to find a pair that would fit. His boots are the Virgil Cantor folk. I have pictures of it here. It's kind of a mix between a 7-hole and a Virgil. Again, it's got the Vibram outsole, visvim TPU heel support, cap toe detailing, contrast rope laces, and again the leather tab. I really like these boots a lot. You don't really see them that often though. I think they're like relatively rare. Next outfit, his inner anorak is a lot like the jacket we saw earlier with the front pocket, except this is a linen and hemp blend check gingham pattern on it. On the outside, he's got a social sculpture hoodie in damage 7. This is by far one of my favorite visvim pieces. I've yet to see it on the market. I think I saw it once and it went for like $10,000. But it's a denim hoodie, pretty much zip-up hoodie. It's got again with the vintage kofu that we saw on the Nuragi earlier. It's got the same patchwork. I think for this season they really focused on doing like really unique kofu patchwork because you'll see it later in some other denim. But you can see it's got an asymmetrical pocket design, and you can see the intricate patchwork that they do. Again, the social sculpture salvage denim, and they distressed it really nice. I really like that piece. And the bag is really cool in my opinion. You can see like how they really focused on unique materials and patterns. Again, custom woven canvas and like a symmetrical pattern, floral pattern. Really nice vegetable tanned handles as well as like the last one. I really like that bag. I think it's pretty rare as well. Moving on, nothing really stuck out to me in this outfit. I think I really like the Woolworth denim pants, which is like a straight cut chino but made out of denim. But I've not really been a fan of visvim's formal kind of fits. The Academia blazer check is really cool. Other than that, I don't really like the outfit. Moving on, again, Nuragi in a linen material and a regular striped long sleeve t-shirt. I don't really like how they modeled the high water chinos with the high top boots. I really think those chinos look better with a low top. I think it makes the outfit look funky when you do like a high top shoe with a high water chino. But these boots are really nice. They're the Scriptura boots. It's sort of like a hiking silhouette. You can see it's got rope lacing and a contrasting red material, which is really cool. Vegetable tan Italian llama hide leather uppers. You can see it's hand painted and hand distressed as well. These kind of remind me of Timberlands. If you guys know those boots, I'm sure you do. Vibram lug outsole, visvim TPU heel support, Goodyear welt, all the stuff that you usually find in boots. You got the natural cork footbed and a cowhide lining. I really like these boots. You see the Nuragi that we saw in this linen, but in a brown colorway. Under it, he's got a visvim 4-corner shirt made out of the social sculpture denim, and you can see it better here. It's got Western style detailing, mother of pearl buttons, which is really nice, and it uses this custom 8-ounce Okayama denim, a Japanese denim. I've been looking for a shirt like this for the right price for, again, a couple years, but I've yet to find it. I really, really like these shirts. Hiroki wears them all the time. Again, Scriptura boots in a brown colorway. I think this was the blue, and you can see it better in the brown. Again, I don't really like visvim's formal attire, but I really like the bag and the shoes that they featured. The shoes are the Arnie suede Folks. I'll show you a better picture. Here's them. Inspired after Mexican burras, and that's what those look like right there. It's got a Vibram gum light sole, veggie tan suede uppers, and leather branded heel support right there. It's a really, really cool shoe. It's really interesting how the toe part is super short, but the laces go up pretty far. It's it's definitely a shoe that not most people would like, but it's really interesting to me. And under the blazer, he's got, again, the Noragi in linen, same one that you see here. This is one of my favorite jackets that visvim ever produced. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back to the bag. So this bag is really, really nice. It's got natural leather from France. This is a lot like the leather that Hinder Scheme uses on their footwear and accessories. So you know that this leather will age with wear and get darker, just like Hinder Scheme shoes and accessories do. It's actually they employed French artisans who are also employed by Hermes, and Hermes is known for their leather work and the really nice quality leather. And you can see it's got the season tag and hand painted leather, and you can see the quality of the leather in close up there. I really like that bag a lot. So again, going back to the coverall, you can see it better here. So the Social Sculpture coverall, it's in damaged Luxic, the Luxic material again, like I explained earlier. Corduroy cuffs and collar. It's got like a damaged denim look. It's actually lined with a gingham check that's made out of a linen and hemp blend fabric, which is really nice. visvim branded brass snap buttons and regular buttons as well. Yeah, I really like this jacket a lot. They just released a dry denim version of this not too long ago, which is really cool. So you can see how playful they are with the patterns and the patchwork this season with the check, and they bring everything together, which is really nice. So you can see the check that they used on the inner lining of this jacket. They also used on this Lamo shirt, and I actually have the shirt right here. Kind of a blurry picture, but you get the feel. It's the same Lamo silhouette with the front tag closure, button-up buttons. I really like how they tied it in with the button-up shirt, the check on the button-up shirt. These jeans are actually really interesting. They're the Social Sculpture damaged 5.5s. So if you guys ever owned a damaged 5, you can see that the jean is pretty much that damage, but they put these leather patches on the knees. And if you look closely, if you guys remember what the hand detail patches on the shoes are, it's a whole flap of that leather on the knee. So I'll show you, see if I can find a shoe. So see that hand detail leather patch right there and right there. So what it is actually a patch of leather that they paint on, and then they cut each one out for each shoe. But for this jean, they actually put the entire patch on the knee, which I think is really interesting and fun. And he's got actually these vintage Japanese-inspired sandals, which are really interesting, and a laminate corduroy 20-liter bag, which I really like. Super tactical bag with, I believe, suede underneath. The pieces that stick out to me is the shoes, the denim, and the coverall, as well as the bag. So let's go over the coverall first. You can see it's the typical Social Sculpture coverall, but they put, again, damage 5.5. So you see that you can see the patches in better detail there. I think it's really interesting. So it's the same patches that were on the denim before. The denim he's wearing are Social Sculpture damaged 8. And again, you can see the patchwork inspirations for this season. They only produce these jeans once, and they're one of the rarest jeans. Julian Fetterman actually just did a Instagram post about these and explaining the thought process behind making these, which is really interesting. You can see flower embroidery, leather patches on the side, and check patches at the back. I really like this denim. It's one of my favorite pieces that visvim has ever produced. The shoes, you can see better. Oh, actually, let's go over the tote first. So tote came in 3 colors. It's made out of custom jacquard woven Italian canvas. Again, it's got the typical vegetan leather handles and piping. You can really see the quality in the woven canvas in this picture. I think it's really, really cool, and I actually use this pattern and material in shoes that we'll look at later. So his footwear are the Patrician MoMA Folks. We saw the version in blue earlier. This version is just a in UK cowhide suede and actually very unique white paint drip detail on the toe. And it makes every single shoe that they made for this completely unique because on the way that they dripped the paint on was completely unique. So no shoe is the same, pretty much. Again, he's got the same check Lamo shirt that we saw earlier, just in blue. The only other thing that stands out to me was the Hockney 2-eye Folks. And it's pretty much visvim's interpretation of a boat shoe, like a Sperry boat shoe. It's got a typical EVA midsole that they use usually on their FBTs. It's got a UK cowhide suede upper. And yeah, so it features traditional boat shoe with a hand-stitched toe. I really like that shoe. Next up, some of the things that stood out to me was a mud-dyed waffle Henley. I did a little bit of review on a mud-dyed pair of shorts for my first video, I believe, and I talked about how they do the process where they boil down a Japanese hawthorn plant. I forgot the name of the plant, but then they leave that item that they're mud dyeing in there for like 2 days, and then they stick it in a vat of mud for 2 days, and it leaves this really deep, rich brown texture throughout, and it's kind of like an uneven texture as well. And it's like super unique. It's got the social sculpture Damage 6. I really like those. And the Arnie Folks. We saw those earlier in a suede version, but this is just a leather. It doesn't have the visvim gumlight sole. I believe it's just a wooden flat sole. But again, really interesting shoe in silhouette. We see here again, we got the Nuragi in Luxic. It's got a stencil tee, which they hand stencil their tees, which is really cool. It's not just like a screen print or anything. The bag is a super standout piece to me. You can see that they really try to be playful with colors and patterns again this season, like I keep saying. So you can see the cool color blocking made out of ballistic nylon, which is like one of the strongest nylons that is ever produced. The military likes to use the same nylon because of its durability. And you can see it's got a natural vegetan leather on the bottom. Really, really nice piece. You can see it's got Skagway Sashikos. And you can see them better here. They're made out of linen, actually. Linen uppers. And it's got, again, hand-stitched details all the way throughout Sashiko stitch. Skagways, again, same with the Flint highs. It's got the vulcanized outsole, cowhide lining, all that kind of stuff that helps with durability and comfort. Next up, you see the Lamo shirt in a lighter wash than we usually see. I really like this wash a lot. And the only thing that stuck out to me was the Patrician Perf Folk. So we saw the 2 versions of the Patrician before, but this is made out of cowhide uppers with steel plate cutouts all the way throughout. You can see it goes through the entire shoe, so it's not lined at all. And this shoe is really interesting. It's like the quintessential your uncle at a barbecue type shoe. It's really, really nice. It's like the most expensive uncle barbecue shoe that you can find. I thought that was really funny. Okay, so I couldn't find pictures of this Sanjuro kimono, but we'll see it later in a hickory. He's actually wearing the social sculpture. Oh, I missed the bag. I'm sorry. So he's actually got this fanny pack bag in 8 liter. You can see it better right there. It's got the same color blocking that you saw on the ballistic up here, the 23 liter. So it's got the same kind of color blocking with that same leather on the bottom. It's really nice. So going back to the shorts, they're actually the same jeans, the damaged 8, but they kind of just cut them off. It's a really cool silhouette, again using that same patchwork. I really like the shorts. And he's got the FPT and Sashiko, so they really like to use hand stitch Sashiko detailing on the shoes. They did it with the Skagway earlier and the Flint earlier that we saw. You can see it came in 4 different colors. It's the typical FBT silhouette. Just on the flap, they did hand stitch details all the way throughout. I think it's really, really nice. So, like I said before, this is the Sanjuro kimono, but it's in hickory instead of black. See, you can see better pictures here. They do custom hand stitch detailing of 3 triangles that they usually do on these coats. It's really, really nice. He's got the visvim 102 jacket, which is pretty much just like the 101, just with 1 pocket instead of 2. Again, really, really nice jacket. John Mayer wears this a ton. And he's got these Prima Folks. So we saw, you can see this custom pattern. We saw this pattern earlier. Let's see if I can find it. Right here. This custom Italian canvas, and they actually used it in these Prima Folks. You can see it's really nice. It's got a hand-stitched jute outsole, or midsole, I'm sorry, and a natural latex outsole. And I think this shoe is really cool for the summer. It's really interesting how they use the materials that they found for this season in a bunch of different iterations and shoes and bags. I think it's really, really interesting. This is the last one. The only thing that 2 things stood out to me in this outfit was the jeans, which is the social sculpture damage 7s. We'll go over those now. Again, using the custom patchwork inspirations for this season, again in these jeans. One of my favorite jeans, along with the damaged 8s, because visvim doesn't really do patchwork a lot. So this is really cool to see. You can see it's got kind of like check patchwork detailings with, again, the Kofu indigo vintage patchwork. Seeing really, really cool detailing on these jeans. And the bag, which is the Summit Papoose. You saw this this material in the Homer tote bag earlier. Again, sticking with consistency and using the materials throughout different iterations and models. I think it's really interesting the styling on here because they use the material on the bag, also in the button-up shirt. And Hiroki is a master at putting these outfits together and making them super coherent. So yeah, that's it. That's it for the video. If you like videos like this, please consider liking and subscribing, putting any suggestions in the comments below. Follow our Instagram and our Grail. They're linked in the description below. Thank you for watching and have a good one.